Check, 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 check. What's up, crew? Welcome to Long Story Short. Got a couple homies in here. What up, Rockadilly? What up, DJ DB303? Got a special guest today, Mr. Bob Davalina. What up, man? Big up on the subscribe, my brother. 6 months. Holy shit. Dope, dope. How many of you guys were here last night? Or not here, I guess on Club Mesh. Had mad fun with over on that channel. Crew. Nick Coco, what up, what up, what up? All right, well, let's get this thing rolling. Oh, we got some Chi-Town up in here. Garen, what up, bro? Someone looks like they used their phone number. Make sure that's not your phone number, my dude. You don't want people with your phone number on the internet. So I appreciate you tuning in. 9 Angry Nuns, what up, what up, what up? It's all, don't be don't feel bad. That's happened many times. I'm just trying to save your number from people calling you that you don't want. It's happened before. Rez, what up, what up, what up? Yo, what's up, G? We got Dave Summit in the building. All the way from Montreal, right? You're in Montreal right now?
I'm from Quebec.
Quebec. Oh, why did I think Montreal? I think because of a while back, I guess a month or so ago, you were on some sort of vacation with the homie that did photos for me one night when I was in Montreal.
Yeah, Larry Try.
Larry Try, yeah. Shout out Larry Try.
Yeah, he's a good friend.
Man, he's a great videographer, photographer as well.
He's one of the best in Montreal. He's the best in Montreal.
Well, let me turn you down a little bit. All right, so let me give you the proper intro. We got Dave Summit from Quebec City. He's had releases on Terminal Underground, Tool Room, Divided Souls, Do Not Duplicate, Spinnin', Get Twisted, and recently just did a fire-ass remix of a Proper Villains sound system on Holy Moly. Dave Summit, what up, man? How you doing, bro?
What up? I'm good. What about you?
I'm good. Just living the Twitch life, the streaming life.
Yeah.
Anybody that's I did so I used to do the restream in the beginning of the DJ streams, and then everything was just getting blocked and turned off. So I was like, shit. So I stopped doing it. But we just started doing it again for the interviews. So if you're on YouTube or Facebook, come over to Twitch. Number one, because it's better. But number two, when you can ask questions, we'll do questions at the end too, and come kick it with the couple more crew that's up in the chat. But yeah, let's start this off, man. So right away, I like to kind of get a feel of how you got into DJing, producing, making music. Where were your early beginnings with that?
It really started like a family party. I was in charge, but like music, like Florida and the Black Eyed Peas, just putting on the playlist.
Oh yeah.
And just doing that, I was loving it. So I started like trying new instrument just to like be able, like I got my iPhone just trying to do like the IDJ or the application. And then I bought my first controller, and I discovered Ardwell from the Ultra Music Festival in Miami in 2013, and I fell in love with the entire like EDM scene and just everything around that. So then I started producing music in like 2013. And
what DAW were you using?
FL Studio.
Is that what you still use now?
Yep.
Nice.
I try to change to Ableton, but I can't.
Man, every single time I start the show, someone calls my phone. I've been using Ableton a little bit more too, but I usually use Logic. But I started, actually, and I never even really talk about this, is My first DAW was Fruity Loops on a PC, man, a really, really long time ago. And then I switched over to Reason 2.5, or maybe it was 2.0, a long, long, long time ago. And then I started using Pro Tools, and then I started using Ableton a little bit. And it was Ableton before they had the sidechain option on the compressor.
Yeah.
And then I've been Logic ever since. And now I use Ableton a bit too, but um, FL
Ableton is good
Studio,
for stretch vocals.
yeah, yeah, totally.
So, yeah.
Um,
I started with Cubase.
oh, nice. Cubase is
Yeah, and
dope.
but I changed like directly to FL because I was so confused in Cubase.
Well,
So
so
I
let's take it from there. So you get start using Fruity Loops. When was this?
in 2013,
Okay,
and I was making like big room progressive house, like everything. Like it was the main chart I think at this period, like the progressive house era. So yeah, I was trying to be like on the reveal recording and just all this stuff.
hell yeah.
And and then in 2017, 2016, I discovered Angels, A Girl, and All Confession, Chami, and I decided to just turn to go to into like house music and do like bass house. I didn't know tech house before, and in 2018 I discovered tech house and I started doing it.
Nice.
Just like was like not that professional, but just like trying to get the rhythm going, like doing like 8 minute tracks just to get the rhythm like going and just to don't get the track boring
Yeah,
at the
yeah.
end. And then in 2019, I just changed my sound slowly. And 2020, 2020, I just like go with everything.
Killing
Like,
it. Now
thanks.
that's what I found out about you through, I think it was in a Twitter group that maybe Masteria
Yeah, yeah,
and I think maybe that's where I heard of John Summit too. I think I heard of you guys both at the same time, and I used to get you guys confused. And like I would, because I just started streaming, and I was playing both of your tunes, and that was before. Uh, what was the big hit that he
deep
had?
end.
Deep End, yeah. And like
Yeah,
I think I got him right around the same time, and I kept mixing up both of your names, and then I
my,
finally got it, and yours was stacking. That record still is
yeah.
such a fucking dope record, man.
Thanks, man. Yeah,
Um,
every week I got like DM like, are you related to John Summit? Is it your brother?
the funny thing is
Like,
that that's neither one of your last names in real life, though, right? That's like your
yeah, that's the
stage
funny
name,
thing about it. Yeah,
because that's not his last name either. But
no,
I love it. I love it. I love it. So how did you? So you that was, I guess, yeah. What, there's these like, I'm in a bunch of these Twitter groups and email blasts and like promo, whatever you want to call them. And usually before I stream, or a day or two before I stream, it used to be before I went into DJ, but I haven't went and DJed anywhere in a long time. But um, I go through, I try to listen to everything. And man, you and there's a couple other guys that, I don't really play much other stuff out of all of them, but anytime your stuff comes through there, now I usually just ask you for it. But I was like, man, the stacking one was the first one where I was like, I'd play it, and then the chat crew just loved the tune too. So like I used to play that one every week for a minute. I should start playing that one again. But
thanks, man.
what did that actually come out on, or did you just put
For
that out?
for the stacking,
Yeah.
I was watching Mouse like doing the master class with Steve Duda, and he was talking about layering, like chords on chords with strings, and he just like there's like a 10 second of him just saying like, and you just keep stacking and stacking and just
Oh,
stacking. I was like, oh, I
nice,
love that,
nice,
and I
nice,
just like
nice.
put it over a track that I was doing at the same moment, and it worked perfectly.
Did that come out? What label did that come out on?
At this moment, I was trying to get like self release,
Oh yeah, so that was a
and
self-release.
yeah,
Yeah, because I was trying to find it, and I was like, I couldn't figure out where it came out. So I was gonna play that one first, but That's actually a good thing to talk about too. Is like so how and why did you go down the path of doing the self release stuff?
This one because I wasn't able to sign it. Like every time I sent it like to email drops or demo drops to artists. Uh, at the beginning, no one, like everyone was saying no, and then I released it, and like everyone started playing it. Like the even the people I sent them for the label, and they just like started playing it like a week after, and just like, yo, this has been brand new Dave Summit stacking, and just where this song came from, like, was it
Yeah,
your email a month ago?
gotta love it, man.
Yeah,
Everything's so oversaturated, and we talk about this every week. I think this is our fourth show now. Is that you know there's so many labels, there's so much music coming out, there's so many producers, there's so many people that love listening to electronic music in general. So the amount of stuff that comes out, the amount of stuff that gets slipped between the cracks, is it's almost like the consistency and keep going. Like now I see, you're doing records with Wax's label and doing records with um, what's the
it's
terminal underground
Matroda.
too? Yeah, Matroda, and like, man, there's like once it hits, it just starts. Everything starts connecting, and people are like, "Oh yeah, that was the dude who made that tune," and like, I'm gonna definitely check this tune out. And it's like,
Yeah,
it's a beautiful thing.
since last summer, I started really like getting signed from like Matroda, uh, Wax, and they get twisted too. And
Hell
then
yeah,
like I got email from like bunch of labels asking for demos, and just like the snowball just getting bigger and bigger, and just
hell yeah,
it's
man.
cool, man. I feel great about that.
I love it. Your production is top notch. Do so. I saw that you, or let's talk about this. So, what is the scene like before? Obviously, there's we're pretty fucked up with this pandemic shit, but like, how was what's the scene like in Quebec City? I've never been there before.
And Quebec City is pretty dead. Like there's nothing around.
How
There's
far is that from Montreal?
2 hours
Okay,
30.
cool.
But I'm almost like without before the pandemic, I was almost like there every week, just for like seeing people and just
In
PR.
Montreal,
Yeah.
word.
But in Quebec, we only have like the Festival d'été de Québec, the summer festival. It's like 11 days in a row, and we got like Chainsmokers, Kendrick Lamar, The Weeknd, like big artists coming. But in Montreal, I mostly play shows in Montreal, and it's more a dubstep place. But they started like having takeout shows, and the last show I did was with Chami at
Oh, nice.
Mtelis. Yeah, it was a week before the pandemic. I was lucky.
That's
And yeah, there's a good house scene too.
yeah. I love Montreal. There's the last time I was there, I think was for New Gas City. Um, actually, that
Was
that
it
was with Mala, I think too.
the
Uh,
No Redemption tour? I think with
probably
Chami and Mala.
nah. It was just Mala. I opened for
Okay.
Mala, and that venue's crazy. Have you
Yeah.
you played there before?
No, but I went a couple of times. It's crazy.
Is it still is it still open? I know tons. We talk about this shit all the time too. Is every week we have this show is like another favorite place has shut down, but
It's still open right now.
good,
I don't know
good.
if it's gonna be open in the when the show's gonna come back, but I hope so.
So what's the pandemic like out there? You guys are completely locked down.
Yeah, and now we have that like at 8 p.m. we have to stay in our house, and we can't go outside until
Crazy.
5 a.m. Yeah.
Yeah, they're doing all these Biden's just I guess there's a new strain in where's it, South Africa or South America or something, and he's cutting off flights from all over the place unless you're a citizen. So
Yeah.
it seems like it's just getting worse. which is not a good thing. South Africa. Um,
But you're
but
from New York?
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm from Rochester, New York, upstate New York. So I
Okay.
used to go to Canada all the time.
Yeah,
I
it's
would,
pretty close.
yeah, I would go and like sometimes you can hear a little bit of like a funky Western upstate New York accent, and everyone's like, "Where does that come from?" And I'm like, "It kind of trickles down from like Ontario, like
Yeah.
into the Niagara Falls and to Buffalo and then to Rochester." So I got like a little bit of that um, goofy accent, but um, upstate fam, hell yeah, Kitty C, what up, what up, what up? Shit, man. So like, so some a question that I ask everyone on the show. I was doing what's the weirdest thing in your bathroom, but I changed it to what's the weirdest thing in your studio that you have.
Oh, um, I'd say this one, the piñata.
Oh, nice, nice, nice,
Yeah.
nice.
I just have like a weird thing. I just have like bunch of geek stuff, like Black Panther pops,
Is there stuff in the pinata? Does it have candy in it or drugs or anything in there?
bunch of cocaine. No, I'm waiting for the end of the pandemic to explode it.
Nice, nice, man.
Yeah. But I have it like since 2015 or 14, I think, in my studio.
Tight,
It's kind
tight,
of
tight.
a lucky jam.
So you use Fruity Loops. Tell us a little bit about what you got coming up in the pipeline.
I got a special remix coming in February, a collab in March, and a release on at the beginning of April. And other of that, I got a bunch of like big collaboration in progress
Sick.
that I don't want to talk about it too much because I don't want to tease until like the contract
Yeah,
is
yeah,
signed.
yeah. Totally,
But
totally.
like
But you got a
yeah,
lot. You got. Sounds like you got a lot going on.
yeah, like since the tool room track, like everything's been moving so fast.
Hell yeah. So let's talk a little bit about that. How did that happen?
Um, I got a manager that connect with someone at tool room in during a ADE, the Amsterdam dance event, and they got pretty close. And my manager was telling me always like, once you get a tool room track, we can try it. And we tried a couple times, it didn't work. And then I made Way of Love right before going to like illegal rave in the forest because it was kind of a hipster thing and I was in the feeling about that, so I made the Way of Love, kind of the same vibe of the festival.
Nice.
And when it came, like when I played, the people went crazy, and I sent it to my manager and said, "Yo, we can try it to Tool Room." And like a week after it was signed.
Hell yeah, man. Congrats on that.
Yeah,
That's a dope look.
thanks.
I also so how long have you've been producing longer or DJing longer?
I've
Where
been
would you
DJing.
start first?
I started DJing at 12, so at 2012, and producing at 2013. Yeah,
Hell yeah. Starting young. That's why I was like, no one most of the DJs don't really start DJing until they're like 19, 20, even later than that. So it's like I started DJing probably like 13 years old. So that's cool to see that you started that early. And then so when did you start producing after that?
um, like in 2013, I was doing like progressive house, trying to be like tritonal, Hardwell.
Nice.
Just yeah, just
Nice,
trying to
nice.
be. At this moment, I was trying to be like everyone else, like doing progressive house, watching tutorials, and just learning and trying like not doing my style, but just trying to do like everyone. And when I start doing house at this moment, I realized that I need to do like my own thing,
Hell yeah.
just like getting to my sound right.
I mean that's an important process too. So it's like that's what you know I used to teach at a school a while ago, and then I kind of mentor a couple people, and that's something that always comes up is how to have your own sound or own style or whatever, and it doesn't just happen overnight. Like in a lot of what I always try to say is you know try making and replicating, which you're obviously not going to replicate, especially when you first start, the sounds that you like, and you kind of take a little bit from here, from there, and eventually, after many tunes and years and whatever, eventually, when you're grinding, it eventually comes up to your own kind of thing. But um, how would you explain, if you had to? How would you explain
I
like
pretty
your
much did
style?
like you said. I'm a big fan of like Travis Scott, The Weeknd, everything about like Toronto R&B.
Hell yeah.
Um, so when I'm in my car, I always listening to this, and I know like The Weeknd and Travis Scott is a bit darker. So when I go into house music, it kind of reflect a little bit this side, like the dark side of my music. But otherwise, like it's just trying to use reference from like a little sound you like in a track. Just try to do something like that, and you're gonna end up with another sound. And sometimes it can be cool, sometimes it can be trash, but just keep trying and just like use everything you like. Can be like classic music or everything, and just put it together. And at the end, you can get like your sound.
Hell yeah.
My
So
opinion.
so what kind of monitors do you use?
I use the Rocket 6 car
Nice.
arcade. Yeah.
Nice. I'm pretty sure that's what I always see in John Summit's video. You guys use the same speakers.
He's right next to.
You guys are brothers.
Yeah.
Um,
But I
so
might change to Adams soon because they get pretty old. I
yeah,
have it like for 6 years and
the Atoms are
we'll
dope.
see.
Like Atoms
Yeah.
are super dope speakers. Do so let's maybe talk about where where has been your favorite place to DJ so far?
Definitely the Amtelis in Montreal.
Nice, nice,
And
nice.
also the Amsterdam dance event. We had like a bass house party with the people like I play back to back with Nostalgics.
Oh, dope.
Yeah, it was
She's
pretty
she's
cool.
awesome. I should definitely have her on the show.
Yeah,
She's the
such a good
homie.
person. Yeah. And yeah, this was pretty wild because we had like all the homies from around the world. We got the boys from Peacemaker from Portugal, the boys from Italy, all the boys from France. There were some people from the US, but I don't remember exactly. But we had like a bunch of people. Like we used to talk on Facebook, and just everyone was connected. We had Cage also,
Fuck yeah.
and just play a show. And we were playing like our new IDs and stuff, and just getting the reaction from the other producers right in front of us. It was a good feeling. It was sick.
Man, I've never done ADE before. Been meaning to, but I usually end up at the Winter Music Conference of Miami. Yeah, I don't even know if that's going to be going on anymore after
Yeah.
they got canceled, got canned last minute last year. It's obviously not happening this year, so it's some scary shit. So hopefully
Yeah.
shows start. Hopefully we get better, and I
I
don't
hope
even
so.
know. I'm like, I keep thinking things are gonna get better, and then you just hear more shit going
Yeah.
on. So all we can do is just keep making tunes and try to keep positive. I saw that you played in France recently.
Yeah. Last year I was doing like a France and Amsterdam. I played one show in France and then I went to Amsterdam to play the other show. And the
Where
year
in France were you?
in Metz,
Nice.
Metz, yeah, and it's near Belgium. And the year before that, I played in Strasbourg and Nancy with the Spaghetti, the DJ, dubstep DJ.
Hell yeah.
And yeah, that was pretty sick.
Is he from France?
No, I think it's from Netherlands.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Hell
he's
yeah.
very chill, and I was the only one talking English, so like I spent the week with him and just like talking, and I learned a lot from him.
Nice, man.
Yeah,
So you obviously speak fluent French too, right?
yeah. My first language is French. I'm still working on my English.
You're doing good, man. I you don't even want to hear me attempt to speak French.
I want to hear it.
But we uh we go. I end up in Montreal at least once or twice a year. We actually got a lot of homies up there, and um, ever
There's a bunch
since.
of big guy in Montreal, like just like not saying they're Montreal, but like just living around. I know there's Apache there that he's from Montreal. There's Kid Tronada living in Montreal. There's people like one of the guy from Bottleneck, I think too. But yeah,
Yeah,
man, next time you come around, hit me up.
Botnick. There's two guys in Botnick, right? They're
Yeah,
and what's the
I
city
think
that
it's
they're actually from? They're from
Halifax
yeah, that's what I think, or maybe
or
not.
Nova
But I
Scotia.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, I think that's what it is. But I was playing they're I haven't heard anything recently, but I was playing a bunch of shit off their label last year. And
yeah.
it's just kind of a weird time. I feel like for everybody again is kind of pulling back a little bit with the releases because no one wants to release everything when you can't do shows and um, such a weird time, but such a um, eh,
There's some labels saying like we can release this because it's more a club song, and right now we're more like focusing on streaming, so are we looking for disco or like pop music because they don't want to release bangers for clubs. So it's kind
yeah.
of a like it's
How
kind
do
of a weird thing.
yeah? I don't even know what to do. Um, we're well, and that's what we're doing. We're trying to figure it out. That's why how we
Yeah.
started the show. That's how I started the streams. Have you been streaming at all?
I tried at the beginning, but like with Instagram, like taking downstream because of copyrights and stuff. And like I think it's my first stream to with you.
Yeah, man. This what you got to get in the Twitch, the
Yeah,
the the Twitch setup, and
I had a bad experience streaming the live with you for your stream with the like the green screen and everything. Like I
oh,
almost always getting a problem. Like
well, that's that is. It's almost like when you start producing too, and you can't figure something out. And
yeah,
luckily, there's so many. I had a couple people help me, but man, every week, and there's probably some people in here that were here since the beginning that remember. Um, even the past couple of weeks, I finally got the every time someone cheers or follows, like all the notifications, it would cut my sound card out when I'd be DJing. So I couldn't figure out, and then I thought I figured it out, and then every time I tested it, it would fuck it up. And so there's like the streaming shit is there's a huge learning curve, and that's why I try to
yeah,
tell all the homies to like you got to get on it and get going with it because you kind of need to fuck up a bunch before you actually get the hang of it. And you want to
yeah.
get that just like done and over with so you don't got to really deal with that, but it's a huge learning curve. But once you get going, it's fun and it's like it's a dope outlet and it's kind of
It
our
keeps you in
only
the groove
outlet.
too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
totally.
but
Especially with
I've been
tunes.
yeah, but I've been like using like 2020 most of the pandemic just like sitting in the studio and just doing beats every day just to like push my project the more I can. And I'm still doing that just so once the show came back, I have like a little step more for like the like support acts or maybe like sometime here in Quebec like headlining shows. And even though just trying to make my name a little bit bigger than it was before the pandemic, so I
Yeah,
kind
man,
of use it to
that's why I asked you to come on the show, man. You've been smacking them out, and it's like there's a lot of people that are just kind of gone,
yeah,
and it's so the when we say this every show too is the playing field is really level right now with you like you name it who or what you'll see like I'll like even right now like I'll go over and I'll look and like Good Times Ahead has 40 people that they're streaming for. It's like it's not even about the numbers. It's just about creating cool content that of things that you like to do with people who like to listen to you talk,
Yeah,
or play music or whatever. So it's really just like a really great time to grow your brand, figure out exactly what you want to do with your sound, with your look, with your everything. And shit, we got all the time in the world now because we're just locked at home.
yeah,
See, I've
and
been having a trouble. So maybe how do you? I've been having trouble being inspired in the studio. I've been overflowed with the Twitch and streaming shit, but like, how do you maybe walk us through your process of like you're getting ideas or inspired during all this like negative, scary shit going on in the outside world?
um, I'm trying to not watch the news just so it don't
That's my
affect too
problem.
much my.
That's my
Yeah,
problem.
because we have to get like we have to watch it anyway just to get informed and just to know like what's going on. But like we seen it on Facebook, we seen it on Instagram, and we seen it on TV, and like it's everywhere. So it just affects every time. But I try to like watch other stuff and just listen to music, other style of music, watching live set. And sometimes I'm just like tuning in into like your show or like someone else shows like it's playing right now, and I got like one track that I've like, oh, I love this, and then it gets me an idea, and I jump in the studio and just started doing something, and it turns out like completely different,
Hell
and
yeah.
sometimes it's turned out to be a track and came out
Hell yeah.
this, and even sometimes just watching a video on Instagram, just like like for example, I had a video like a volleyball team playing, and they were like slapping the ball with people screaming, but like there was this like very groovy like moment. I just recorded, and it's in one of my track. I think it's in All I Want, or I don't
So
remember,
you got
but
the sample of like the ball being hit and then people like
yeah,
cheering and shit. I love that shit.
just like having always the mind like it's tough to have it like 24/7, but just sometimes like you got something just pops and oh, I can use that.
That's
Just getting
how
inspiration from everything, and by
yeah,
yeah,
man. That's the natural producer. The I when the pandemic first started, um I couldn't go home and there's all this fucked up shit going on, but I didn't have any want to make any music. I was just like every time I tried, I was just not my head wasn't in it. And then I heard um there's like the dudes going Corona, go go Corona, and I was like, oh shit, that's like really close to a house tempo, and like
yeah,
that little sample inspired me to, and then I wrote a tune in like a day basically. And so it's like it's the little things that really that spark um the creativity.
yeah. And with TikTok now, like we got everything. People are resampling like just someone singing their iPhone speakers and iPhone AirPods, and like putting on a takeoff track and make a banger. And
The
just the
what was
new
the big one? Bored in the house
TikTok.
and I'm in the house bored.
Yeah,
Like that kind of shit.
and the Sailman song, or I don't remember what it is. It's from London, and people are just resampling it and making bangers with it.
Are you active on TikTok?
I post one showing how I made our way of love, but I'm gonna get more into it soon, pretty soon.
Yeah, it's there's so many different outlets, like from Instagram to TikTok to Facebook to Twitter to LinkedIn. Everyone says I should be back on LinkedIn, and I haven't been on that shit in a million years. But I guess it's another one I got to get in. I was trying my luck with the TikTok last year, just because of the being stuck inside with the pandemic, but I still haven't completely figured out the TikTokness.
The algorithm is so like random. You can post a video just talking in your bathroom, and you can get like 1 million.
Yeah, it's
Like
crazy. I see a couple friends they're getting paid like crazy off TikTok, and they don't
Yeah.
do anything but just do those things where they're using someone else's audio and they lip sync it, and then just like, what the fuck? Shit is crazy.
Yeah.
Um, DJ Damage, what up? Um, and what would you, if I was coming to Quebec City, what would you recommend for me to do that I would like?
The poutine.
The poutine.
Yes.
I've had it
Yeah.
in Toronto a long time ago, but
The real ones in Quebec.
yeah, that's what I figured you're gonna say
Yeah.
that.
There's a bunch of places like make exotic poutine. We have like in Montreal mostly. There's like La Banquise, Dirty Dogs. Um,
So wait, what exactly is in exotic poutine? Or explain what
uh,
poutine is in general for the chat.
Poutine is like French fries with like you can put barbecue sauce, but there's a special poutine sauce, and with cheese, but like block of cheese that they put it in, and that's the basic poutine. And like every restaurant have their own sauce, own cheese, and sometimes restaurant that makes exotic poutines, it's more like they putting a pogo or like a hot dog on top of it, or sometimes just like smoked meat, and can be anything.
Actually, now that I think about it, the last time I had it, I was with Rockadilly, and it was the first time I played in Montreal in a really long time. It was the beginning of um the Pleasure Tour. I did a record with Garrix's label, Martin Garrix's label, a while ago, and we went and played. It was oh man, what was that club called? Rocky, you remember what that club was called? But that's kind of where I met a lot of the Montreal homies, and I went and got poutine next door before the show, and man,
Going
but
get
I
some.
honestly I say this a lot too. We had small town DJs on last week, and I fucking love Canada, and I actually I think my mom's on here, but I'm actually my grandfather is from somewhere in Quebec. I'm not completely sure,
Oh,
or he has family from it, so I have a little bit of French Canadian in me. I don't know much French, but there's many reasons. Shout out Canada. Love Canada. I can't wait to get one of my biggest fears with the pandemic is that Canada's never going to let anyone from the United States back in. They're like,
oh, they almost did that.
"You crazy motherfuckers, you're not allowed in here. You guys fucked it all up. That's why you can't have nice things." Um,
Oh man, this almost happened last year, last summer. They
yeah,
almost closed the border.
well, the border's you're not it's closed unless you have a really good reason. I don't think that I can go to Canada if I wanted to.
Yeah, yeah, not I don't know, but I know a lot of people that went to like Florida and just stay
Well,
there.
yeah, you can if you're coming from Canada and you live in Canada. I'm pretty sure you can come back, but I don't think that
Yeah,
if you're a U.S. citizen, you can even go in there. But I could totally
they
be
change
wrong
they change
too.
every week, like
Shit is
the
crazy,
rules and yeah.
crazy. Shit, man. Let's see if you guys, any of the chat crew, you guys have any questions for Mr. Summit? Yeah, that's what he was just saying. You guys got a curfew.
Yeah.
Um, I don't think. Nah, there's no. You can do anything you want in Florida. That's where the show. I keep getting offers for shows in Florida too, and I've been turning them down because I'm fucking worried. Hamburgers or hot dogs?
Hamburgers,
Hamburgers.
100% hamburgers. Hot dogs, I think for me, hot dogs is more drunk food
Hot
or
dogs are
like
disgusting. I think they're both
yeah,
disgusting, but man, when you figure out what they actually put in the hot dogs, there's some wild shit that they put in there. You
and the
never know.
sausage.
Some, especially sausage, especially back in the day, like when back in the, and this doesn't happen anymore, obviously, but I remember reading about this shit in school where like they would just have such unsafe factory conditions that like people would cut off pieces of their finger or like someone would fall into the sausage grinder and
Oh,
that would you wouldn't even know. It would just be ground up and then you're in a little piece of your fingers like in your sausage.
Oh man.
But no, I'm playing. I'm playing.
I know in
So
New York you got like this big ass hot dog stands.
yeah, what's crazy is those. This is what my friend used to tell me when I first moved to Brooklyn. Is he's like, you realize that the guys at the hot dog stands, they never leave. Like they never take
Yeah,
a break to go to the bathroom. And you know why? Is because and they don't even they keep the hot dogs in this little water container. And he
yeah.
was like, they piss in it. And that's why the New York hot dogs have that taste to it.
Oh.
But that's
Oh,
probably not true either. That's a
I hope
joke.
so, man. I don't want last time I went to New York.
So what is your non-EDM influence?
The weekend.
The Weekend. Hell yeah.
Yeah, I like most jar, but I can say like big fan of the weekend. I also like music scores, like the Black Panther ones, the one from The Greatest Showman, the one from Star Wars too.
Hell yeah. That shit is dope to just take a little snippet and fucking throw it in the
Yeah,
sampler.
yeah. I like Frank Ocean too. Um,
Yeah,
like
he's the man.
Tyler the Creator, that kind of Coachella type stuff.
Hell yeah. Hopefully
Yeah.
that comes back too. Have you played in the US before?
No, it's
Oh
so hard to
shit.
get a visa.
Shit. Well, we're going to have to work on that.
Yeah.
We'll have to make that happen once we're
I had
back to
offered
life.
to go to Chicago, but I can't because of the visa.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, it's one of the. It's like when you're. I think when you're from the U.S., it's easier to get shows, like in general. But in Canada, we have like less place and less like music scene for EDM. I don't know if it's just me, but just like something I've seen with the socials and just like in the US, you
It's
can play
spread
like in
out
every.
too, right? So
Yeah,
like you're way up there and then you got Montreal and then you got Toronto and then everything else is basically on the west coast of
yeah, with
Canada, right?
Vancouver. Yeah,
Vancouver, even like Calgary and
Calgary too.
Winnipeg. I don't even know if Winnipeg people still do something. A while ago, that was my first Canada tour. Like, at least maybe that wasn't actually my first Canada tour, but my first one as Codes was Winnipeg. Uh, oh man, there was a Calgary, and then there was another tiny, small kind of city. But man, I love Canada. React, what up, bro? Um, where do you live again? He's Quebec City.
Yes, sir.
Uh, what the hell did I just walk into? What's up, React? There are live events and clubs in my town too. Do you think the community should support live shows or speak up for the safety concerns? That's a great question. Well, what are your thoughts on that?
I'd say safety first because if you want to get like real shows back, just like people coming together, I think we can just like wait a little bit more and just get the big one instead of like just going to one and risk everything.
Man, I think that's a great stance. It's it's crazy too because um there's offers coming in for May for I took a couple festival offers for May and you know I'm still not 100% sure that we're going to be okay by then. So, nothing's been announced or anything like that and it might actually get pushed back, but I think everyone was banking on this vaccine
Yeah.
and it seems like the United States is fucking that up really bad, which and I don't know if it's like that in Canada too, but we're having a lot of trouble getting it to people.
Yep.
Like 60% of the people I think don't want to take it. I'm not going to lie, it scares the shit out of me, but the more I've been researching it and listening and reading about it, it doesn't seem as crazy as some people are making it out to be. But man, either no matter how you dice it, it's like you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. Like there's
Exactly.
just we're just in this really fucked up position that we shouldn't even be in.
Yeah.
Um, but until then, until we figure this shit out, man, it's like
But I heard like from I don't know if it's from Montreal, but like for the next festival, you're like around, you're gonna have to come with the like your paper that you are vaccinated
yeah.
if you want to go into the festival. Otherwise, you can't go in.
Well, I think they're talking about doing that for flying. They're talking about doing that for going anywhere.
Yeah.
So it's crazy times, man. Nobody no this is like new for everybody. So we're all just kind
Yeah.
of here trying to figure shit out. Winnie the Pooh
Yeah.
was born in Winnipeg. I didn't know that. Let's see. So the before we actually wrap it up, I wanted to ask you um what your process was with the proper like the proper villains remix just came out. You know, this guy just did a killer remix for proper villains sound system record, which you know this is a constant common story on our stream too, is where everyone's got so much music coming out that I'll get someone to do a remix. By the time we kind of figure it out, the remixer or one of the remixers has another release already lined up. So then that's been a really dope thing about doing the compilations, because if
Yeah.
something like that happens, then we just move it forward. Um,
And it did
and
pretty well.
yeah, it's still
Like
charting. It's still charting. We got some Spotify love on it. Um,
I got support from like Mike Williams, Fire Beats, and Volak
yeah, hell yeah.
from the remix. So
I gotta
I didn't
send
know it
you.
was like,
Yeah, I gotta send you the campaign too. Like I gotta send like every release we do. I run a campaign with a promo PR company, and they give me all the stats of all the quotes of everybody playing it, and the whole release the whole compilation. I was just really stoked on it. But your tune, I think, is one of the ones that are still charting on Beatport right now too. So
damn,
it's killing.
that's crazy.
Yeah, shout out Volak. Hell yeah. Oh, I was just gonna ask. So, how did was that something that comes out on a so with me when I produce, sometimes it just comes out in like a day, and then sometimes, especially with remixes, I either comes out really quick, or I just it takes me like a week or two or three of just like going back and then changing it and then going back. Like, how did this one work out for you?
I just put the stems in it and made the remix in like 2 hours.
See, that's a pro.
That's
That's
the
how you
same
do it.
process.
That's
Like I I don't remember hearing the original of the Province Villains. Like I
sometimes
don't
I
know.
like it like that.
I don't I don't even know what it is. But uh sorry if it's bad. I just don't like to listen to the original before doing the remix. Like if I can, if
I
I
think that's
if it
cool,
works.
man. Yeah, I
Yeah.
dig that. Since then you have no influence, you're just doing completely 100% your own thing.
Yeah. And I just use the vocal and the point 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 of the like the little synth they have in their track just to make it like a little bit more interesting to drop. And they had like a bunch of lasers in the track too, so I just like put it together and use my bass line, and yeah.
Hell yeah, man. So we'll do let's do one more question and then we're gonna wrap it up. Uh, Mathis says, "What was your biggest breakthrough moment where you were like, oh shit, this is getting serious?"
um I'd say when I get the when the Toolroom track came out, and like a week after I got like Martin Garrix, David Guetta, and Afrojack playing it.
Hell yeah.
I think that was pretty, that was wild. I wasn't realizing that like these guys are playing it, and I'm not sure, I don't have this feeling even now. Like I don't I'm not where I want to be, so I don't even like add this feeling that much before, but it's just like bunch of like keep going
Yeah, hell yeah, man.
like every time this happens.
Well,
So
you
I
got
might be able to answer this question in like a year or two.
well, you got full support from us over here from the, obviously Holy Moly, the couple more crew.
Thank you,
Um
man.
you're I've been playing your tunes basically since I started doing the online streams too. We're
I
going to
appreciate that.
hell yeah, I got you, bro. Keep them coming. I still really like actually the manager and everyone really likes the Groove Generation joint too. We should definitely talk about that soon. But
Yeah, I'm gonna
but
have to rework it.
we'll save that for another time. But so
Yes,
let's
sir.
so set up. I'm gonna play. We're gonna end with one of your tunes. Well, first let everyone know where they can find you. Everything's / Dave Summit Music.
Dave Smith Music, yeah.
Cool,
On
cool.
Instagram, Facebook, Spotify,
Have you
Twitter.
have you started a Twitch channel yet?
Not yet.
All right, we got to get
Maybe.
you on that, brother.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you wanted me to play the Hard to Love, right?
Yeah, that's something that's gonna came out in 2021.
Sick. So I'm gonna drop this Dave Summit and Unfit Hard to Love. Thank you so much for coming through, man. Shout out to
Thanks to
Dave
you, man.
Summit, the all the Canada crew, Poutine crew. Fucking keep it coming, man. Really been loving what you've been doing. We're gonna jam this out, and until next time, peace, my brother.
Thanks, man. Peace.
Peace, peace. Peace, crew. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in.